Hi, and welcome to my story time. Can everybody hear me okay? Remember, you can adjust the volume on your television or your smart screen device if you need me louder or quieter. I'm sure we're all familiar with the story of Little Red Riding Hood. Well, today I have a slight adaptation to that to make it a little more fun. So grab a glass of water, grab a snack if you need it, and let's get into it, shall we? Once upon a time, in a forest that was entirely too dramatic for its own good, there lived a little girl known as Little Red Riding Hood. She wasn't called that simply because of some poetic destiny or ancient prophecy. It was simply because she refused to wear anything else, ever. Summer, red hood. Winter, red hood, but with a thicker lining. Formal occasions, red hood, but with a ribbon. Her real name was Matilda, but nobody remembered that anymore, including her. Little Red lived with her mother in a cozy cottage at the edge of the forest. The forest itself had a reputation. It was known for whispering trees, suspiciously well-dressed animals, and an unusually high number of creatures who seemed far too interested in other people's business. One morning, Little Red's mother called her into the kitchen. "Matilda!" "Who?" Little Red asked. Her mother sighed. "Little Red, take this basket to your grandmother. She's not feeling well." Little Red glanced into the basket. "Let me guess. Bread, butter, and something herbal that tastes like regret?" "Exactly. And don't dawdle. Don't talk to strangers. And please don't get into any existential debates with the wildlife." Little Red nodded solemnly. "I will do none of those things." "Probably." And with that, she set off into the forest. Now, the forest was unusually lively that day. A pair of rabbits argued over interior decorating, a hedgehog was attempting some yoga, and a crow narrated everything dramatically from a branch. "And now," the crow cawed, "our heroine ventures forth unaware the chaos that awaits her." "I can hear you," Little Red said. The crow blinked. "Oh, that's inconvenient." Well, where are you off to, little girl, in this aggressively red fashion statement?" Little Red turned slowly. Standing there was a wolf, but not just any wolf. This wolf looked polished. His fur was sleek, his posture impeccable, and he somehow gave the impression that he owned at least 3 waistcoats. "Oh," Little Red said, a talking wolf. That feels like something I should probably be concerned about." "Concerned," said the wolf, placing a paw dramatically on his chest. "Madame, I am deeply offended, as I am a creature of sophistication." Do sophisticated creatures usually open conversations by being really ominous? "It's a brand," the wolf replied. Little Red tilted her head. Fair enough." The wolf circled her slowly. "And where might you be headed with that delightful basket?" "To my grandmother's house," Little Red said. "She's sick." The wolf's ears perked up. Sick, you say? Yes. Why? Oh, no reason, the wolf said, and quickly added, just concerned. Very community-minded, you see. Little Red squinted. You're plotting something, aren't you? The wolf froze. What? No! That's ridiculous! I'm not plotting anything. You're doing the thing where villains pretend that they're not plotting, said Little Red. I'm not a villain. Then why do you keep emphasizing it like that? The wolf hesitated. Because I have been misunderstood in the past. Little Red sighed. Look, if you're gonna try anything, can you at least be creative about it? I've heard stories. Stories? Stories, blinked the wolf. And I'm unimpressed, said Little Red. Yes, run ahead. You run ahead. Disguise yourself as my grandmother and attempt to eat me. It's overdone. The wolf's jaw dropped. Well, now I don't want to do it anymore. Good, Little Red said cheerfully. We've grown. There was a pause. But what? What if I added a twist? Little Red groaned. Oh, no. Perhaps, the wolf said, pacing. Instead of simply pretending to be your grandmother, I redecorate her house. Add a little ambiance. Create a whole theatrical experience. That sounds like a lot of effort for a kidnapping. I have standards. Little Red crossed her arms. Do you even want to eat people? The wolf stopped pacing. I mean, have you tried pastries? Little Red continued. Far less complicated, and nobody screams. Wolf considered this. I do enjoy a good pastry. There you go. Be a pastry wolf. That lacks menace. You can be menacing while eating pastries. The wolf looked thoughtful. Menacing pastry wolf. They stood silent for a moment. Well, Little Red said, I should keep going. Yes, of course, the wolf said absently. They both turned to leave. They both turned back. You're still going to try something, aren't you? said Little Red. Absolutely, the wolf replied. Thought so. And with that, they both hurried off. Little Red on the path and the wolf very conspicuously taking a shortcut. Grandmother's house stood deep in the forest, surrounded by flowers that looked like they were judging you. The wolf arrived first. He knocked on the door. Who is it? Came a frail voice from inside. It's your granddaughter, the wolf said, attempting a higher pitch. There was a pause. You sound like you swallowed a cello, grandmother said. I've been practicing, the wolf replied. Well, come in, dear. The wolf entered and immediately froze. Grandmother was not in bed. She was doing push-ups. What? The wolf said. Grandmother stood up smoothly. Oh, good. You're here. I've been expecting you. You were? Yes. Word travels fast in the forest. And that crow won't stop narrating. The wolf glanced out the window. The crow waved. I was gonna disguise myself as you, the wolf admitted. Grandmother nodded. Classic move. I thought I might add some theatrical flair. I respect that, she said. There was another pause. So, are you going to try to eat me? Grandmother asked. The wolf hesitated. Honestly, I'm rethinking some of my life choices. Good, she said. Sit down. They sat. Let's discuss your goals, Grandmother continued. My goals? Yes. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? The wolf blinked. I hadn't thought that far ahead. That's your first mistake. Meanwhile, Little Red was taking her time. She stopped to pick flowers. She stopped to talk to a squirrel about acorn storage strategies. Then she stopped because she forgot why she stopped. Eventually, she reached Grandma's house. She knocked. Come in, called 2 voices. Little Red opened the door. She found her grandmother and the wolf sitting at a table, drinking tea. All right, I got several questions, Little Red said. Join us, Grandmother said. There's pastries, the wolf added. Little Red stepped inside cautiously. Are you not being eaten? Not today, Grandmother said. We're having a career discussion, the wolf explained. Little Red set down her basket. Of course you are. She sat. So, Grandmother said, what do you think his strengths are? Little Red looked at the wolf. He's persistent, dramatic, and he really commits to a bit. The wolf nodded proudly. And weaknesses? I like monologues, the wolf said defensively. We know, Little Red and Grandmother said in unison. The wolf sighed. Have you considered a rebrand? Grandmother asked. A rebrand? Yes, less terrifying forest predator, more enigmatic woodland personality? I like that, said Little Red. Could I still be like a little terrifying? The wolf asked. Grandmother thought. Just enough to keep things interesting. The wolf leaned back. Energetic woodland personality. I think I can live with that. Little Red picked up her pastry. So nobody's getting eaten? Not unless it's emotionally, Grandmother said. That's acceptable, Little Red replied. And they sat together eating pastries and discussing branding strategies, while the crow was still narrating from outside. And so, the crow declared, our tale concludes not with screams, but with snacks, self-reflection, and a surprisingly effective career pivot. Little Red looked out the window. Do you ever stop talking? No, said the crow proudly. Little Red turned back to the table. Fair enough. And from that day on, the forest was a slightly stranger, slightly kinder place where wolves reconsidered their choices, grandmothers gave life advice, and a girl in a red hood continued to ignore her real name, which honestly, she was never getting back anyways. The end. What a cute, cute story. So I call that one Little Red and the Rebranding. I like how it had a funny little twist to it. It was different. I mean, we're all familiar with what big ears you have. Grandma, what big eyes you have. But the ending of that one can be really scary sometimes. I kind of like this. I like how Little Red had some attitude. The wolf seemed feisty. Grandma doing push-ups. I need to see it to believe it. All right. Thank you so much for taking this time to read with me. And I hope that I can sit with you again and enjoy more stories. Thank you so much for coming. Bye.